Palantir is officially in the S&P index, and that has been the big news story as of late. But looks like an analyst is hitting the brakes a bit in regards to his rating for the stock right now. And personally, I'm actually not surprised by the analyst and if maybe more were to follow along. So today, Raymond James analyst is the one slowing down on Palantir as a stock, bringing up the point of how quickly shares have risen as of late, right after the S&P announcement that happened earlier in this month. He believes that, quote, leaves significant positive estimate revisions as the lone catalyst from here. And I even kind of touched on this point briefly on my last video, where at least when it comes to predictable catalysts besides future earnings reports, that's all I'm seeing in the near term for the market to look forward to for the stock. Now, he lowered his rating to market perform from outperform, so it's not necessarily a vote totally against a company with like an underperform, because he still sees how they have well outperformed the overall index so far by 400% over the last 2 year span. And he notes they become expensive because of their fivefold expansion, making them trade 26.1 times 2025 sales. And of course, that's a rich valuation, meaning at least the market today believes there's room for Palantir to grow into this and to help alleviate that multiple. So in his view, shares need to consolidate and thinks the company's fundamentals need to catch up and relieve that pressure of a larger multiple by growing into it. And I've personally noted a similar sentiment, at least, that future performance is priced in, which Palantir has proven though that they can continue to perform into. But he notes there's no room for error at this point where execution is important, where any slight change in that narrative can compress that multiple back down, affecting the stock price itself. So it looks like he remains a fan of the business and likes the long-term positioning of Palantir and AI overall, and likes to see the acceleration that has happened for US commercial revenue with the help of AIP, and sees this trend continuing. Although that looks like a wait and see approach. So for me personally, it's not an unfounded downgrade. These downgrades, or at least neutral ratings, will happen naturally, from my opinion at least, for analysts if a stock goes up pretty quickly, not due to a huge jump in, say, revenue acceleration or something in the earnings, where he pointed out that expansion that's priced in the sales ratio and has gotten quite big. So unless Palantir decompresses that by growing earnings, then analysts believe at least there may be a pause on the stock price on itself, waiting for the business to catch up, or the sell pressure comes in trying to bring it back down. Now, that remains to be seen, of course, and we know Palantir is a pretty volatile name in comparison to other S&P 500 companies, but this is where a lot of investors find trouble trying to time the market. I'm in the boat of less is more, but to each his own, I guess. But like I always say, this is just an analyst's opinion and in no way guarantees what they think happens will happen. But what are your thoughts below? And I'll see you in the next video.